Imagine if every populated street in America required its own power plant. Imagine if one of these power plants could only provide enough power to illuminate 400 light bulbs. If it wasn't for the dedication of an inventor named Nikola Tesla to develop the practical use of alternating current, we may never have been able to advance into the technological age we are in today. The forgotten hero of modern electricity deserves to be remembered as one of, if not the most important inventor in all of history. This speech will encompass Nikola's early career and apprenticeship with Thomas Edison, his development of AC current, and some of his most important inventions. Nikola's early career. Nikola Tesla was born on the 10th of July, 1856 in modern-day Croatia. Tesla was a very talented mathematician from an early age and was accused of cheating due to the fact that he could perform complex calculations in his head. While attending an Austrian polytechnic college, Tesla lost his scholarship over a dispute with a professor in which he argued that a dynamo, which is a device that could be used as a motor or a generator that was being demonstrated, could be ran using AC current, a concept that was considered impossible until Tesla himself proved it over a decade later. At the age of 25, Tesla moved to Budapest to work at a telegraph company as an electrician, making many improvements to the equipment while he was employed. From there, Tesla moved to France and began working for the Continental Edison Company, where he was first noticed for his expertise in electronics. By the age of 28, he was relocated to New York City, where he was employed directly by Thomas Edison. Upon starting work with Edison, Tesla soon realized that Edison's direct current, or DC, generators were very inefficient and impractical. Edison gave Tesla the opportunity to improve these, offering a $50,000 reward to do so, which he was to do on his own time. Over the course of the next year, he was able to design many different generators that developed substantially more current and were much easier to regulate and couple together, making the use of multiple generators possible at one time. Now that I've told you about Nikola's early career and work with Thomas Edison, I would like to move on to his development of alternating current. After accomplishing Edison's request to improve his central powered direct current generators, Tesla went to Edison to claim his $50,000 reward. Edison replied, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." Tesla was so upset that he had been cheating out of the funds that would have allowed himself to finally pursue his goal of bringing AC current to the population, he resigned. This was a very difficult time for the young inventor. He knew that his AC current designs were superior in efficiency and practicality, as the DC power that Edison had developed could only be transmitted up to a half a mile from each power plant. The investors that Tesla sought were still trying to make a profit from previous investments in gas lighting, or were already committed to Edison and his DC current systems. No one was willing to cut their losses and invest in the AC current that most everyone at the time thought was completely useless. After taking out 40 patents and giving a lecture at the American Institute of Electrical Engineers about his ideas, he finally found a suitable investor by the name of George Westinghouse, who bought all of Tesla's patents for a lump sum of $1 million in 1888. The first test to his new system was powering the Gold King mine in Telluride, Colorado, with light and electric motors for the mine. The mine was located 2.5 miles up the mountainside, making an Edison DC power system impractical and impossible. The answer was to generate power using the San Miguel River in combination with Tesla's AC circuits, which proved to work flawlessly. The next most important test that Tesla's inventions faced was lighting the 1893 Chicago World's Fair with over 90,000 light bulbs. Westinghouse had won the bid over Edison Electric Light Company to electrify the event, which proved to be the most important event in the expansion of AC current. Now that I've told you about Tesla's career in developing alternating current, I'd like to move on onto some of his other important inventions. The War of the Currents, in which Tesla and Edison were competing in, became known as the War of the Currents, and was finally put to an end when the two companies finally came together to install the hydroelectric plant at Niagara Falls. Three 5,000 horsepower Tesla generators produced enough power and high enough voltage to power the industrial town of Buffalo, New York, some 22 miles away. Tesla also invented things such as radio, X-ray photography, simple radar, and wireless power transmission. After selling his patents, the money he made allowed Tesla to continue developing his ideas. He began experimenting with high-frequency generation and its implications. Along the way, he developed and patented the first working radio transmitters and receivers, experimented with X-ray photography, drew plans for the first primitive radar systems, and he also built and demonstrated the first wireless transmitters of electricity and developed wireless transmitters for controlling some of his other inventions. This aspect of his he spent the rest of his life trying to produce and bring the wireless power transmission to the public, which would have eliminated power lines throughout the country. This speech encompassed Nikola's early career and apprenticeship with Thomas Edison, his development of AC current, and some of his most important inventions. While you're laying in bed tonight, be thankful that you don't have to listen to the hum of a power plant just down the street that could have been if it wasn't for Nikola Tesla.